Hello, I'm David McCain, owner, trainer, and coach with Communicating with Heart, and I'm glad to be with you here today on Giraffe Chat Thursday. This is the day when I share a communication tip that will help you make your relationships work. Today's focus is on speaking your truth and being heard. Being willing and able to speak your truth is really important, really important. It's good for your health. If we're not sharing what's happening in ourselves and it gets bottled up, that leads to a range of physical health problems, hypertension, depression, stuff like that. And it's also not good for relationship health. So it's really important to be able to learn skills, to be able to express ourselves clearly in ways that can be heard, because it is good for your health. It allows you to contribute to others. And in relationship, it really increases trust and intimacy, because when we're vulnerable and honest, that invites others to be vulnerable and honest, and that builds mutual trust, which eventually leads to mutual intimacy. So too often, we express our truth in ways that are really hard for others to hear and trigger defensiveness. And Jack is going to give us an example of what that might look like. So something might happen to Jack, and he might say, "You're not listening. You don't care. You don't like me." So it's these you messages when we express ourselves that really don't work well. They trigger defensiveness in the other person, and they make it hard to connect, hard to be in relationship. So what's the alternative? How do you communicate in a way that's honest, that is also able to be heard by others? Well, we'll use our friend Geoff, symbol of compassionate communication, to give an example of what that looks like. So first, connect with yourself. First step, connect with what's happening in you. And in this process of compassionate communication, what's happening in you, what matters to you, are needs, your human needs. So Geoff might go inside and connect with what matters. He might say something like this: "I feel frustrated because I'm really wanting understanding." All right, wanting understanding, very different than a you message, you can see. And then the next step is to create a request. A request is a way we create the world of our dreams in the moment, and distinct from a demand, because a demand, when someone says no, is followed by some kind of punitive action. Whereas a request, whether the person says yes or no, they have the same value to us. So Geoff might imagine a request, maybe something like this. Would you be willing to listen quietly for 2 minutes to what I have to say before responding? Okay, that's a clear request. And then after making that request, you want to listen. Really shift into a place. Put your giraffe ears on. Put your giraffe ears on so that you can hear what matters to the other person. And in the process, we create dialogue. And when I'm heard about what matters to me, and I can hear the other about what matters to them, there's a way to come together so that we can actually find solutions that work for everybody. And ultimately, that honesty allows us to create a world that we want, a world that works for everyone. If we're withholding our honesty and our truth, then we're not going to get our needs met. So just to review, the 4 steps are: first, really connect with what matters to yourself and share that with an I message. I'm feeling because I'm needing. And then a request that invites the other person to meet our need. And then move into a place of listening so you can dialogue about a solution that works for everyone. Okay, so if you'd like to learn more of the mechanics of how to speak your truth and be heard, I am doing a session at the Joe Montoya Center next Wednesday at 3:30, and would love to have you come to that. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you for helping create a world where everyone communicates with heart. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.